failures. I was 22 years old, and one of my buddies, Dave Politis, who's one of my best friends to this day, told me that I was an asshole. And I was going back to working with people who aren't positive, and I got lost a little bit. I was in Atlanta. I was the white boy of the hip-hop scene down there, and I was trying to be something I wasn't proud of. You know, I was the guy in the club who had the bottles. I was a douchebag. I didn't like pop the bottles, wear sunglasses indoors, but I was still. I thought that was important. I thought, you know, to be seen and present that image. And I was a young kid, and I was making decent money, and I was kind of lost. And I'll never forget it. We were talking, and he was like, you know, I really liked him, and I wanted us to, you know, be boys and work together. I thought he was a smart guy. And he was, I really, you know, you're kind of a prick. And from that day on, we've been best friends. And I kind of had to look in the mirror and reevaluate everything that I was doing and decide, you know, regardless of success, how did I want to live my life? And the reputation I had in college, because when I was in high school, I was like community service guy. And when I went to college and started making money, I didn't have enough time for that. I was saying give something to charity because I wasn't doing that as much. And I started to kind of lose myself, but I was successful. And I think the lesson that I learned was it doesn't matter how successful you become. One, there'll always be someone more successful. And if you become that person who is the most successful person on the planet, congratulations. But there's always going to be someone who has more so-called success. It's how you choose to live your life and what you want to be associated with. And going back to the first question you asked me, what did people know me in college? There were some people who thought I was a prick. And there were some people who thought I was an asshole because I didn't present myself the way I really was. And I was ashamed of it when I looked in the mirror later that night after Dave called me an asshole. And recently, you know, someone came up to me and they're like, "You're a good dude," and like they gave me a Yiddish word. They called me a mensch. Yeah, and it's a good word if you're a Jew. It's a good word if you're anybody. But the person just said it in passing, and it meant a lot to me because it made me feel like maybe I'm living my life the right way, and I'm not that person that Dave called an asshole. So I think the worst failure I ever had was losing myself in that first success, and I was a dick. I'm basically using every bad word to describe myself at that time.